Hi everybody, welcome. It's Abby, the Zen Wren, and it's time for another Pick 3. 2020 is bearing down on us, and it's time to see what the universe needs to tell you. I have been fooling around for the last probably hour and a half trying to do some video magic, and I've given up. I've just surrendered. So it's just going to be me and my arm reaching across the screen, and we're just going to have to let that technical stuff go for today because I'm at the end of my rope already. Take a breath with me. Hi y'all. Welcome. I hope everybody's been good. Winter is upon us. I'm back in the kitchen. I'm off the deck, but that's okay. Let me just shift this around. I have a little tiny glare there. Not sure where that's coming from, but it can stop at any time now. So, welcome back if you've been here before, and those of you just joining us. This is a fun little thing I do every month or so, and it's like a little tune-in. Think of it like a horoscopy thing, you know. It's also an opportunity as a warning light on the dashboard. You know, sometimes we, although we know something might be coming in the distance, life just gets ahead of you and things get put on the back burner, and sometimes our spidey senses are a little overwhelmed. So think of this as a little tune-up for your spidey senses. Because the best way to navigate is a map, right? A plan. So, take a breath with me. Thank you. Oh, there we go. I can feel it sort of letting go. Those of you new to this, let me explain how it works. I have a big deck of tarot cards and a little deck of tarot cards. And what I'm going to do is deal 3 hands, 3 readings, 1 to each of these little animals and the number. The idea being that something in front of this will trigger something, will pique your interest, will remind you of something, will stir something. And that's the reading you need to hear today. So what I'm going to do is I'll put the timestamps of when each reading starts so that you can fast forward and not have to listen all the way through and get to the juicy part. And also that will allow you to visit this again and again and again. These messages are timeless because it's something you need to hear right now. It's funny how our brains work. All right, so I guess I better pull you down so you can study who's joining us today on the Christmas festive mat, and give you a chance to sort of think about who are you? Who do you want to be friends with today? Come on down. So, and also stay tuned to watch me light my hoodie on fire. I've drug the strings through there about 3 times now. So in number 1, I better get shuffling while I'm doing this. Number 1 is Rocky Raccoon. A bit of a diva maybe, loves to primp, sit in the tub, very industrious though, and mischievous, little bandit I've heard them called with their masks and everything. We don't have, where I live, there are no raccoons, so I love them. But according to people who live with raccoons, oh, here comes my itchy nose. According to people who live with raccoons, they aren't nearly as cute as you would think. They might look cute, but they chew or dump garbage and are bad raccoons. Anyways, there is a guy on YouTube and he feeds these raccoons peanut butter sandwiches, and I quite love him and his raccoons. And coming in the number 2 spot is a bit of a star, maybe a artist with the gold on the number 2. Maybe you're a tiger, or maybe you're just a nice kitty cat. I don't know. This cat has some big stripes. Baby grand piano. Yeah, who is this kitty cat? Oh, there we go. We're shuffling is done. And in number 3, we have a mouse. Is he a German mouse? He's in a stein. Maybe he just loves beer. The other thing with him is the Chinese zodiac for 2020 is the mouse or rat. So bear that in mind. Maybe you're a mouse or a rat. So let me deal these cards, let you see how it all transpires, and then we're going to read these babies. We're going to read them. These are, oh, there we go. These are new cards, and I have been playing with them, and I just love them to bits. And I hope they'll work for you as good as they've been working for me. So as you can see, I better bring this down. There's no rhyme or reason here. I'm just pulling them. Each pile should get 3 cards. Sometimes more pop out. And the card will explain sort of the energy around you, where you are right now, and maybe something you should be aware of going forward. We'll finish that guy, and then we're going to finish that guy. One more, please. Thank you. And we'll throw a little clarifier on there. I always say this is like the icing on the cake. Oh my, that's a beautiful card for a pick 3. This is the icing on the cake, or the salt and the pepper, however you want to think of it. Doesn't change what these big cards are going to tell us. It just heightens the flavor or focuses it a little more. This guy's tucked away. All right. On the bottom, before everybody runs away, the card that jumped, I think it's important that we talk about it. It's the Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune is a 10. 10 is the end. This is a big card. This talks about a life cycle. This isn't like I'm getting a new car. This is I'm selling everything I own and buying a motorhome kind of stuff. And this also is fate. Fated. This is meant to be. So what a awesome card for a reading like this. You are supposed to be here. Yay! Now, let me do what I lovingly call the Vanna. Woo! Woo! Vanna doesn't make that noise, though. That's my own special touch. Decide which animal you want to be hanging with today. Is it your mouse friend? Is it your tiger/cat friend? I don't know. Tiger's the ultimate. Meow. Kitty, kitty, kitty. If I had to be a cat, maybe tiger is what I'd want to be. And then my impish, mischievous, wild child raccoon number 1. Come on up. So if you pick number 1, Rocky or Rocket the raccoon, number 1, you're staying here with me now. Number 2 and number 3, bye-bye. I'll put the timestamps down below, and I'll see ya in a few minutes. Adios. All right. I am going to move that candle before I have to call 911. All right. Oh, my goodness. Number 1. Well, right off the bat, one of the first things I look at in tarot cards is there's 2 decks in tarot cards. There's a major deck, and it talks about big life-changing events, births, deaths, those kinds of things. And then there's a minor deck, and it talks about everyday stuff, literally buying a new car, getting a garden hose, that kind of just stuff. Well, right off the giddy up, you've got 3 majors. So not only is this fated that you should hear this message, it also speaks of maybe this is a big cycle time in you. Maybe you are moving to another level. Maybe kids are leaving. You're empty nesting. Maybe you're even further along in retirement, and it's time to start shifting those kinds of things. Or maybe you just got the kids to school and you have 3 hours every day. So, what does the universe need you to know? First of all, strength. You've actually kind of learned a lesson, or maybe developed a good habit that's finally sunk in now. It's locked on, and you are going to be able to live with it for the rest of your life. But something has happened that's given you some support, some strength. And it's been great. 9 of Cups is the wish card. It's sort of when you set your sights on something and it's within reach, or you get it. It's the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups, though, everybody goes, yay, I'm going to get my wish. Yes, but you have to understand, these cups, you have to keep filling them, right? It's not a forever thing. It's something you've attained, and then you attain it, and then you maintain it. So you will get it, but it's not done. Put it that way. It's not done. But you've made the connection. It's a really strong connection, this wish that you've been working towards. And another big card, you're still eager, the Lovers. The Lovers talks about a connection, a partnership, but it also talks about almost, to me, like a lust, like an obsession. So let's say you've decided that you're going to run, and the first year you sign up for 7 marathons, right? That seems a little obsessive. So right now you are still in that crazy honeymoon phase with this, because whatever it is, you have really, the connection is strong, and it's meeting your needs. And you are loving it. Like, you don't even have to talk yourself into doing whatever this is. You are passionate about it. And what's the seasoning on it? What's the tipper topper? Another big card, the Magician. The Magician is a guy who has all the tools. He's got one of everything. He's got a cup full of emotion. He's got the coin. He's got that's the resources. He's got the smarts. That's the sword. And he's got the work ethic, and the get it done sort of attitude is the wand. So he has all the tricks. And he also is a bit of a sleight of hand guy. Sometimes he knows that you have to put that smile on your face and just fake it till you make it. But in general, he can usually pull a rabbit out of a hat. And I think that whatever this new passion is going to actually be kind of, I don't want to say life-changing, but yes, life-changing. These are big life-changing type cards. They're all very positive when they're put together. Again, it talks about a really strong connection, almost a passion that's really meeting your needs, and it will transform. It's going to make some magic happen. Wow. I think I'm going to pick number 1 when I read this watch this back. Wow, what? Again, big cards, and with this sort of ending beginning. Good for you. Anyways, it was great to see you. And I'll see you again in about another month. Bye. Hi, number 2s. How are you? Hi, kitty. These are old ornaments they might even been from World War II era, made in Japan. So I'm not sure we were allowed to get stuff from Japan before. I'm not sure. But anyways, all my life I've seen these little guys in somebody's house, and they're now in my house. So number 2 is the kitty. And Well, again, the other hand had a few of these big cards, and you have 3 major arcanas in this hand. And interestingly enough, in conjunction with this fate card, this sort of end of a cycle, this is meant to be, I find that fascinating, and it speaks to yes, this is exciting. Something life altering is in the offing. So here we go. You have been plodding away at something. You've been the Hierophant. The Hierophant speaks of societal norms, driving in your own lane, coloring in the lines, just sometimes keeping our awesomeness down to awesomeness, because the rest of the world can't handle our awesomeness. Sometimes we just have to get in line and wait our turn and play by the rules. So you have been playing by the rules, and the card with it right now, it's the 6 of coins. The 6 of coins is you can see it, and I hate to use this term, but it is a quid pro quo. Because it's it talks about charity. This is money exchanging hand, but it's nobody's doing any labor or selling a product. It perhaps is a gift or a donation. Again, it talks about charity or the exchange of money or resources. So here you are playing along, treading along, playing by the rules of society. And it's all right. You're getting your paycheck, you're spending your paycheck. This is what this is sort of feeling like to me. This almost feels like you've been in a bit of a rut. What's coming up? Judgment. Judgment? Yeah, judgment. Judgment doesn't mean you're being judged. It may mean you're going to finally make a judgment. Or a judgment will be made in another area that will come to affect you. It doesn't mean you're being judged, but that a judgment could affect your world. And it feels to me maybe like an opportunity is coming. A surprise opportunity. Or, no, that's not right. I don't want to say surprise. What it is this is something you maybe dreamt about or had thought about before, but it's actually got some dust on it. It's been in the back of your mind for a while. This is the star, another big major card, and it talks about our hopes and dreams. I want to be the fireman. I want to be Captain America. I don't know who the new guys are, because I was going to say Ninja Turtles. I think they're back, though. So Ninja Turtle guy. Crazy dreams. Crazy dreams. I mean, maybe they said to Bill Gates, that's a crazy dream. Who's to say what's crazy and what isn't? So, here you are, playing by the rules. You're being paid, but you're not getting ahead. It's in and out, in and out, in and out. And then here comes a judgment. Somewhere in the universe, something's about to change or have had another look at it. But there's a judgment is about to be made that is perhaps going to affect your wheel of fortune. I want to take another clarifier on this and see if it's about a job or how you make your living. Like, for instance, it's sort of like you're going to be allowed, I don't know, like if say you have some kind of there'll be some kind of a big tax thing that's all of a sudden going to make it worth your while to say go out on your own, or somewhere there's something's about to be a decision's about to be made that's you've been kind of waiting for. And I think you're ready when the opportunity comes. I think you're going to just jump on it. Yes, you are. So what is the clarifier about this? It is 3 women celebrating. But what it really talks about is an emotional celebration, sort of a ha-ha, this I describe, and only shoppers will understand this, is you find something that you would have bought, you would have considered at regular price, and it's on 10% off. And then you get to the counter and they ring it in and it's like $9.99 because there's another 50% off at the till, and it's just, it can't get any better, right? So it's sort of it's a victory, but nobody lost. Again, this is just a really happy opportunity that nobody had to surrender or move or anything else. But it looks to me like all along you've been doing this. And now there's something in the offing that's going to change it. And I think you may get a taste of a dream or a wish of yours. Maybe it's an opportunity. Maybe it's something like all of a sudden there's a seat sale and you are going to take that trip or something. But Cups, emotionally happy. It's not sort of just a financial win or a career win. This is heart happy. Heart happy. Wow, interesting. So watch for that change. Maybe Ottawa's gonna do something crazy. Well, no, they always do something crazy, don't they? Anyways, goodbye, number 2s. Adios. Number 3. Hiya, hiya, hiya. All right, I am a rat. I am a mouse. So this talks to me. So I'm excited to see what's behind number 3. Number 3. Again with these big cards. You have 2 major arcanas. So something here we're going to talk about has had some impact on your life. I wouldn't say that it's life altering, but we're going to talk about something that's in your vicinity and rubs up against you every now and then. And I'm not sure yet if it's a snuggly rub or a cut it out rub, but we're going to find out. So what's sort of been going on? 5 of Swords. The 5 of Swords. This is interesting. Both, you have 2 swords in here. I'll give you the quick primer on swords. Swords are analytical stuff. They're mind games. They're war games. They're like Battleship. You're not just, there's a little skill there. You got to kind of put the peg, So it's somebody's thinking, plotting maybe. Because right off the bat, you have these 5 of Swords, and this is the Thief card. This is somebody is getting away with something. And he's doing it in daylight. He does it out in the open. Maybe it's sort of that same scenario where they, go in and take a couch and just walk out the door and nobody stops them, because who in their right mind would shoplift a couch, right? It's almost like this person. And the clarifier on all of these cards is more swords. Actually, it's the 5 of Swords. Sorry, duh. New deck. These are the same card, 2 different decks. You can see he's stealing them. And as a matter of fact, he has been so difficult, people are starting to walk away now. It's, do I, like, he's just doing it right in your face. I guess somebody's revealing their character to you, or has revealed their character to you. And you understand that they want to win at all costs. All costs. If that means you will leave them, they have to win. And these are mind games, like I say. So that's what's the energy sort of pushing into these. And I'm wondering, is it an older male relative? Is it a dad? The Emperor. The Emperor talks of a man who's not in the prime of life. I often say he used to be the king. He used to shake the hands and kiss the babies, or shake the babies and kiss the hands, depending on... he used to be the king. So he doesn't go out and work anymore. He just sort of sits back and observes, and sometimes is a very valuable place to go for advice, support, a pat on the back or a hug, or he can be all those things because he's done that stuff, right? But he can also be a little bit interfering, because he still has a crown, he still has a throne, you still have to respect him, but he's not the king. So it's not like he can snap his fingers and make it all get better, because he doesn't have that kind of power anymore. But he is certainly experienced enough that there is a benefit to him. But if you think he can make it all get better, Daddy, please fix this, he can't. He's not the king anymore. He's more of a, like I say, a resource guy. And what do you need? What's going to help you, and what do you need to know going forward? Temperance, big, big, big card. Temperance is the ability to keep your powder dry. The ability to keep it close to your chest. The ability to give yourself a moment to reflect on decisions. Keep your wits about you. She has a goblet in each hand, and she has enough water to fill 1.5 goblets. So how temperance works is either you have to let half of a goblet of stuff fall and hit the ground, or you work at emptying them back and forth, and you sort of suspend stuff. So you're not dealing with everything right now. Some of it has to fly in the air because the cup can't hold the whole cup, right? Temperance also, to me, reminds me of a cooling down period. Let's say you just happen to go to a showroom somewhere, and you're vulnerable. You're interested and you're vulnerable, and there is a salesman there, and you just can't catch your breath. And temperance is that ability to cool it down. And think about it, that's how you cool liquid, a hot liquid, right? You would pour it back and forth. So temperance is something you need to going forward. I'm curious if this Emperor is helping you or hindering you. I'm curious if he is got something to do with the 5 of Swords, or if he's got the answer for the 5 of Swords. So let's just pull one more card. I hope this isn't going too long. On the Emperor. Who's that? Who's that guy? Who is that Emperor? Is he a good guy or a bad guy? Oh, well, let's see. Ah! All right. So, somewhere in the not too distant past, there has been a feeling that somebody might be pushing your buttons. Somebody or a scenario, a current sort of atmosphere around you. There's some sort of hijinks been going on. Like, not only sort of every day you keep bumping up against it, but it's rolling through the back of your mind. And perhaps this fella is going to come into focus a little bit. Maybe you are going to visit with this person over the next few days. Or when you recognize this, maybe you'll throw an email out. And my question was, Is he the energy that's given you this grief? Or is he here to help you? And so the extra clarifiers were the 10 of Swords. More swords, right? This is a defeat. This is stabbed in the back. This is, you will end this and there will be no going back. Whoever has planted those in your back will teach you a lesson that will stick with you forever. And whoever they are will never, ever, ever be able to win back your trust. You may be civil to them, and you may even be able to socialize with them and get along, but in your heart, basically, they're dead to you, and they will no longer upset you. Because every time they do, just think to those 10 swords in your back. So I think he is saying to you, don't entertain any more of this nonsense. And if you look, you got your 5 of Swords here and your 5 of Swords here, and that makes 10 swords. So I think he's saying this is going to end badly. So quit with this. Take and develop some patience, temperance, some survival skills on how to deal with this kind of a personality, this person who is going to get their needs met first. And if that means you don't get your needs met this time, oh well, too bad, so sad. So the Emperor is saying you need to work on this skill of temperance, this ability to know that you are worth a cup of coffee. And what I mean by that is, if you say no to somebody, for example, somebody has a super deal, you need to get involved, you need this, and you are kind of interested and you would like to learn more, but the sales pitch or the con game is really thick, and you just need to think for a minute, but that's part of the skill, right? And people who manipulate know this naturally, is if I don't let you think it through, I can keep you like on ice skates and moving you forward, and before you know it, you're signing. Remember, the best way to judge somebody is say no to them. So if by saying, you know what, I need to sleep on this, or I need to get a cup of coffee, or I'm going to go get a bite to eat, if saying that means you're going to lose out, he says lose out. If whoever is saying to you, if you don't come with me, help me, give me this, do that, whatever, I'm going to pull the plug. You'll never see me again. Say, I'm sorry you feel that way. Temperance. And maybe this difficult person or energy that's around you might actually, that might be helpful to them. Maybe they need somebody to stop them for a moment and let them get their feet under them. The outcome? Happy families. That's my kid phoning me, and I'm going to ignore it. Anyways, the outcome is it's all good. This is a sort of a family celebration. Maybe this is somebody who comes and at every family gathering and sort of annoys everybody. Well, maybe you're going to temper that behavior, and it'll make for better family environment. So your message, my dear number 3s, is temperance. And temperance is patience. It's the ability, literally, to stay cool under fire. Wow. Something we could all use. Anyways, that was great fun. Interesting. And I'm loving my new cards. I hope you are too. So take good care. Don't forget to subscribe, and then I don't have to chase you by email. See ya. Bye. Now again with this stopping business.